Okay, today we're going to talk about side-by-side 3D video creation. We're using Premiere CS4, and let's begin. Now I've already got my two clips synced, so there's no problem there. As you can see, if I toggle between these two, it's the same reference frame for each. Okay, so I'm going to click on the right video, and then go up here to the Motion tab. Scale it down to 50%, and this is the right one, so it's going to be 1080. You get that number because it's half size, so you take the original position, which is 720, divide it by 2, which is 360, add 360 to 720, you get 1080. That's the formula if you're using different sizes, like 1080p instead of 720p, which is what I'm using here. Now we're going to click on the left video, scale that down to 50% size, and then this position is half of 720, which is 360. Now we have this really great side-by-side video that's ready for viewing with any 3D side-by-side viewer. We use something called L'Oreal Pixie 3D viewer, which is essentially a box with a prism in one eye that converges the two images together. If you were going to do cross-eyed viewing for glasses free, you would simply switch these. The left one would be at 1080 position and the right one would be at 360 position. So let's go ahead and export. Now you'll notice the export isn't highlighted and you can't get to it. If this happens to you, you just need to click somewhere in your timeline here, because it wants to make sure which sequence you're exporting. So let's go File, Export Media. Okay, I like to use H.264 in Premiere CS4. There's no YouTube HD format that's a preset, but if you have later versions like CS5 or CS6, I would recommend using those. Those are really good. Very high def, very compressed formats, so it's really convenient to use. So I'm going to use H.264 and we're going to make a custom one. If it's on PAL and you're in the Western Hemisphere, you need to switch it to NTSC. Most likely when you click on H.264, if you're in CS4, it'll preset your level to 3.0, which is not the resolution I want. If I can check this by going, this is my source, I can check it by going to output, and if you look really closely you'll notice it's just not as good quality. Another thing is sometimes what happens is your bitrate goes down really low. If this happens, that can blur your image a lot too. So we want higher bitrate. We're going to change the level to 4.0. If you're doing 1080p or higher, I think 4.1 or 4.2 will let you have a bigger resolution. So this is correct. 4.0 gives us 1280 by 720, which is what we recorded it in. It looks like it preset it to 60 frames a second, but we filmed at 2997. Most of your standard high def hard drive camcorders are gonna shoot at 2997. YouTube, if you're uploading it to YouTube, is going to convert it to 25 frames a second, I think. Field order, I like progressive. Sometimes it'll preset it to upper or lower, but I like progressive. Square pixels. Really can't go wrong. Again, you always want to check source versus output and make sure it's not some weird, like this would be a lot of extra black space. So square pixels for the internet. Again, if you notice your quality going down, it's probably your bit rate here. Anywhere, if your target bit rate is anywhere from around high 12s, basically 13 to 16, it gets nominally better. So something to watch for is estimated file size. This video, if I drag my preview along here, you can see right here that this video is just over 20 seconds long and it's going to be 42 megs. A while back we had 15-minute high-def video streaming to 30 to 60 computers simultaneously. So file size became very important so we didn't bog down our connection with that server. So I'm going to upload it around, let's just say 15. We'll keep my file size manageable. If you don't want to have to go back and do this every time, you can click up here on this save icon and save preset. I'm going to make my own YouTube HD 720p setting, and that way I won't have to create this every time. So okay, sweet. And you can click here on your output name. That'll name the file and it'll let you choose where to put it on your computer. When you're all done, just say OK and Adobe Media Encoder will pop up and you can render it from there. Okay, thanks for watching.